I keep seeing posts for a reason about wellness, I've seen 2 posts this week that are not directly connected to me, but are people that have lost their wives in their 30s. I, this morning, had a conversation with my own doctor because I've just had some blood tests done. On Sunday, I turned 47. I can't believe I'm going to be 47. How crazy is that? I'm so excited. And interestingly, all of my bloods and everything that came back, and the doctor it wasn't actually my doctor, it was his assistant that I spoke to, and she was almost kind of a bit, everything is absolutely where it needs to be. Your liver function is really very good. And she was talking about different things. My cholesterol's risen ever so slightly. It was 3.99, now it's 4.3. But the main reason that I wanted the test is because I am going to be 47 in a few days. And having a mother that went into menopause at 40, I was a little bit, well, can we just do some checks? Because we haven't done any for a couple of years. And I'm still nowhere near to the menopause. And when I did some research around this a few years ago when I had the test first done, I found out that actually the healthier you are, the more rounded your life is, the less stressed you are. In fact, if things in your life are going good, then menopause just gets kind of put off. And actually when you do get to it, you can almost kind of sail through it with no effects because you're giving your body everything that it needs during that period. The reality is, though, that we are seeing more and more people become ill. We are seeing more and more people die young. It's almost like a bit of a reversal, isn't it? Because years ago, because things weren't so great, people didn't live as long as they do now. And then you kind of go to the opposite end of the spectrum. That I was watching a video on the Mercedes site the other day of Lewis wishing a guy happy birthday who's about to celebrate his 105th birthday. But he's of a generation where it was really quite different. The reality is now, though, that 1 in 2 people are going to be diagnosed with cancer. And why is that? It's because, as I've just read in this post of this guy that's just posted that he lost his wife to kidney cancer, big things are going to change in my life now. So I asked the question, what is the price on life? What is its value to you? I lost my own mom at 67 because she spent most of her life, and in fact all of her life, putting everybody else in front of her. And then the dis-ease that manifested in her body caused more problems than you could ever begin to imagine, and she ended up dying of the side effects and the effects of the treatment that she was given, not of the actual diagnosis, which was really sad. The thing is, though, what is going to make you stop? What is going to make you do something differently? What is going to make you listen? I also read this week a connection on here who has actually decided to take some time out of work because her health is suffering, and she's realised that the only way that she's going to be able to look after herself is by taking that step back and actually giving herself some space to properly heal. But going back to the post of this other guy, he said, big things are going to change in my life now. Why does it take a catastrophe for you to stop and listen? Before my mum passed away, I'd spent years studying natural health and studying the body and well-being and food. And, doctors will tell you that food doesn't have an impact on your life. Really? I hold my hands up. Generally speaking, I eat really, really well. I do have a green juice of some description or something really good every single day regardless. But the last couple of weeks, I've been eating some shit. And my God, is my bowel telling me about it? And am I feeling it in my body? Because my body's not firing on all cylinders. It's like, Claire, seriously, let's have a bit of a clear. And so, we're going to do that. The thing is, though, your body talks to you constantly. Your life talks to you constantly. Are you really listening? through all of the challenges that I've had, I ended up becoming the chief hype director of a company called Rise and Shine Empowerment. And I love it. We are just now going out there in the world and really starting to share what we're all about. And actually our message is about healing the world from the inside out, because that's what we all really need to do. And I've done so many different things. I've done CBT, EFT, you know, all the NLP, hypnosis, you name it, everything. And there was still something that wasn't quite clicking with me. And it's because really a lot of the stuff that I was doing was about this bit here, and actually what I've learned is it's not about that bit there, it's about all the bit that comes below it. And if you go into your body and you ask your body to show you, my goodness, do things change. So being who you really are is key. It's always been key. The thing is, the entire system, everything that life is about that we've lived in the recent past has been about being what everybody else wanted you to be, because that was my experience. My experience was not about being the version of Claire that I wanted to be. It was about meeting everybody else's needs. And do you know how that worked out? Worked out in a lot of stress, and me having a breakthrough at the age of 29, and then really starting to learn about this thing called life and about being human. Because being human isn't always what we're led to believe it is. It comes with its challenges, but every single one of those challenges is about us learning how to fall forward and then pick ourselves up. You know, when my little girl tells me that, when she told me that she got spelling tests at school, she started to get really stressed, and I said to her, do you know what? If you get nothing out of 10, I'm going to be proud of you. And you know why that is? Because number one, I know you're going to have tried. And number two, it gives you 10 opportunities, Olive, to learn how to do it right. And isn't that what life is about? We've demonized failure for so long. And failure is one of the biggest gifts that we can ever have. Yet, this world that we've lived in has had you believe that it was a bad thing. I embrace and I am grateful for every single piece of my failure, because it has led me to be the Claire that I am today. So do you have dis-ease in your body? Have you got things that are screaming to you that you're not listening to? Over at Rise and Shine, we've got this amazing course called Be Who You Really Are that you get as part of your membership, which is just 22 quid a month. And the membership really is about contribution to us growing this amazing thing that we are here to do. We were brought together for a specific reason as directors of this business. We are directing our energy in expanding and in growing and in showing people, you know what, it's okay to be who you really are. We could charge £2,000, £3,000, £4,000, £5,000 for this course, but we don't. We put it in there as part of the membership. And I'm doing it again after doing it nearly a year ago as part of our beta test. And what's so interesting is it's showing me so much about how I've evolved and what I've learned. And it's showing me how responsible I am and how aware I am of who I am. How aware are you? What is it that you need to do differently? Maybe coming and hearing about our community could be part of that. Maybe just going and taking some action as a result of sitting here listening to me saying this. We're not taught how to process emotions, and since I've learned how to process my emotions and heal, my God, has my life changed. But again, we've demonized it, haven't we? This whole mental health issue. It's nothing to do with mental health. It's about emotional well-being. It's about teaching people how to deal with emotions. I hear it so often as a parent when children have moments, because let's face it, they're growing, they're developing, they're learning. And you hear parents saying they just don't know how to control their emotions. Really? No shit. They don't know how to control their emotions as a little brand new human. Do you know how to control your emotions? It cut me off, so I'm just going to finish this. Take time for you, because in taking time for you and in putting your needs first, everything can change. And if you don't know how to do that, well, then reach out and ask somebody for help. Maybe it's me. Maybe it's somebody else that's already in your life. Ask the question. Nobody's going to judge you. And if they do, then that's not the right person for you to ask. But this is about you truly owning your vibe, because you can. We're all here in this together. And being kind is seriously underrated. So look after you and do something big and bold for you today. Catch you soon.